Hey guys, how's it going? Previously on the channel, we were working on this 1969 John Deere Blue Patio. This I picked up at an auction a little while ago. I want to say almost, not quite a year ago, maybe about 6 months ago. I picked this up from an auction. It was at the Two-Cylinder Expo out at the Wayne County Fairgrounds. Well, I didn't pick it up. Somebody I know picked it up, and then I bought it off of them. More or less an impulse buy. Previously we started working on it. We got it to just about run. We were very close to getting it running, but then we lost spark. We mounted the battery tray, a new battery tray in it. We also mounted a gas tank into it because I don't believe it may have had one in it when I got it, but maybe it did. We went over the paint and cleaned the paint up some, got the paint looking better than it did. The goal is to try to keep this tractor as original as possible when it comes to the paint. I'm going to end up putting a new ignition system on it, so that's going to be a little bit different. But I'm trying my best to keep the paint as original as possible. The paint is pretty much all original to the machine. The hood supports are not original to the machine. However, when I ordered them, I made sure they were original paint before I bought them. And they are original paint, and I have confirmed it. So there you go. Those are original paint. The tractor's original paint. So far, those are the only things I've replaced on this machine. I want to take a look into the steering and see if we can figure the steering out. It is... one wheel turns before the other one, which I have noticed and I have found kind of interesting. I've noticed that pretty much ever since I put the wheels back on it. I'll start turning the wheel. This side turns, and then you look. Notice that one starts moving before the other one. I find that kind of interesting. We'll set you guys up in the stand so that I can show you guys exactly what it's doing. I was filming another video. More or less a failed video that I'm not going to be using. So let me show you guys exactly what's going on. One side is turning while the other side is still not turning. I got an idea as to what it is. I'm sure you can see that wheel starts turning, and this one over here doesn't. I'm thinking a linkage is loose somewhere, maybe out of adjustment. I don't see the linkage over here moving. Jump up under here. That plate feels loose. I'll show you guys what I'm after here in a second. But there's a little plate up here that the steering goes to, and it turns, and when it moves, it's up under here. There's a hole in this side for that wheel. There's a hole in this side over here of the plate for this wheel. That is what moves the wheels. I'm guessing it's loose, causing one wheel to start turning before the other, which could have something to do with it. Pull you guys out of that stand so I can... I must have hit the wrong button. My camera shut off on me. But as you can see under here, this plate right here, this is what I'm talking about. That feels loose. So that's what we're gonna get into today and see if we can figure out what's going on, whether the plate is loose or whether something else is wrong with it. So yeah, let me grab some tools and we'll get into it and find out. So I hope that you guys can see exactly what we're supposed to be looking at under here. This right here is holding this nut from turning, which holds this piece up in here. That is what makes the tractor steer, which as you guys can see is moving. So we got to take this bolt out over here. I gotta find it. Is that it? I need a wrench. I believe the size of this bolt is a 1/2 inch. It might be, yes. It's 1/2 inch. We just gotta get it to turn. I might be better off using a socket. Let's jump up under here. And let's get this guy. I gotta find him first. There he is. We should. I think we actually want to go this way. Come on. There we go. We got it. And then I think the other bolt under there is, I think that one is 1/4 inch, I believe. Should be loose by now. There we go. Yeah, it's still, there we go. Oh yeah, it's even got, almost looks like it's got paint on it still. Oh, it does. Oh, it came out. Cool. Yeah, that was definitely, this was something, here we go. Oh, a couple of washers. And I think that this other one over here, I think it is a, I want to say 1/4 inch. There we go. Yep, 1/4 inch. So I think we're just gonna loosen it, or we're gonna find out if we need to tighten it or not. Even be, oh yeah, that's loose. There you go, here's your problem. Let's tighten that up a little bit. There we go. Let's try that. I hope we didn't over tighten it. Let's see. That side still goes before that one. I'm pretty sure you guys can see under there, and you're probably able to tell what's wrong with it. I wonder. That ball joint feels loose. I bet you it is. Let's drop this plate. Actually, if we drop the plate, will it come down far enough to be able to get to it? Yeah, that ball joint's loose. That's got to be what it is. I think in order to get on top of it, we're gonna need a wrench. Let's drop that plate, or at least let's see if we can drop that plate. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. Let's see. There we go. You guys are probably getting a better look at it than I am. Let's get this out here. Damn it, my bad. I'm looking through the phone up at the bolt. I wish I had a mirror. Don't lose that. That is a special bolt. And I believe 69 was the was the only year that used that style. I think 68 did too. Yeah, that's not coming out like I thought it was going to. All right, I thought for sure it would drop down. It probably wants you to take all the rods out, which is what I don't want to do. There's that one. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it wants you to do, so we gotta find another way. There we are. Let's just put this back. We'll keep it loose for right now. Can we get at it from up here? Actually, it looks like we can. Let's see. What size would that be? That would be 5/8, if I remember right. Let's try 1/4 inch. Maybe 1/4 inch will do it. Yes. Cool. All right. So it went on to the one out here on the outer tie rod. So that should be the same as this one. That would explain why we're having so much trouble, which it appears it might be it. So I think this is 9. I think it actually might be 5. Yeah, those are 5, okay. So we need a 5/8 on this side. You can tell I'm not really, I'm looking at it through a screen, which sets your angle off just a smidge. Come on. I think we're on it. Yeah, we're on it. Okay. So we want to go that, no, we want to go that way. Damn it, I'll do that again. We want to get it as tight as we can. Damn it. It would have been easier if that plate would have just come out. There we go. My bad. I've started to feel it get tighter. So I think we're still on it up top. I know there's some kind of technique to this that I'm probably forgetting. There we go. Now we're back on it. So we'll keep it. We could pop that ball joint out. I know someone is telling me pop that ball joint out of there, but then you got to put that back in, which tends to be a pain 90% of the time. Now we're in. I think we got it tight now. There we go. Got it. So let's get this wrench off. So hopefully now that should solve our problem. It did. Awesome. Both wheels turn at the same time. So let's go on ahead and let's get that pivot tightened back in there. Is there anything on the camera right now? Nope, here it is. Let's get this one tight. I hope we're turning it the correct way. Get that here. Oh, maybe I didn't. Take 2, let's try again. We do it right because we do it twice. Let's see if this time, wait a minute. Are we just not finding the threads? Well, we just now found them. Okay, now the ratchet should be set right. Even though it doesn't feel like it is. There we go, now we're tight. Okay, let's give it one good final. There we go. So now we can take this guy and put him back. Probably gonna have to play with that Maybe not. I was gonna say we're probably gonna have to play with that in order to get it to go on there. Where's that? Oh. Do we even need this? No, but we should probably put it back anyway since it was already there. There it is. Maybe. Is that it? Yes, that's it. That's it. Ooh. So let's get this back over here to where it needs to be. I'm gonna do what I should have done all along. I'm gonna lay down here and take a peek. Let's see. Yeah, we might have to play with it a little bit in order to get this to go over top. Just loosen that a little bit. Maybe now that we're shit. I hate to do that. Let's just pop it back out. There we go. I don't think that putting this on upside down would benefit me. That's not upside. That shouldn't be upside down. I don't think it changing the direction of it would matter, but it might. Let's try this. There we go. Now we're on. Okay. Maybe it did. So hopefully that should hold that from turning. I'm not sure if it just loosened over the course of time or if it just was put on there loose. Maybe there was a reason that it was put on there loose. What do you see? I guess I should stay out of the way of the camera, shouldn't I? There we go. So there we go. That is on there now. This should be holding that up. And now it shouldn't turn. So with that being said, I think we have the steering now pretty well figured out. Probably just gonna go on ahead and go over it and check all the other ball joints. Now that we've tightened that back up. Check all our other, that one's tight. That one feels okay. I think someone has had problems with that wheel in the past. Let me get you guys out from under there and I'll show you guys now it's working right. Let's check it and let's make sure that the wheels both turn at the same time, which they do appear to. So that's good. Actually, it feels a little bit tighter than it did before when it comes to steering. So that's good. Okay, that tire looks like it's going that way, where this tire looks like it's going the right way. That might be why it was taken apart before. Yeah, I can see it in the camera. This tire over here looks like it wants to just go another way. That one looks like it wants to go straight. That could be why that was loose. Or that could be another problem. That's straight. That one, I mean, even the camera are probably saying otherwise. This one over here is straight, the PTO side. Flywheel side, I think it could be kicked out. I think it can, we can come in here and adjust this out a smidge. I think that is probably what our problem is. So let's just come under here. Let's grab our wrenches and do something that we shouldn't. and go on ahead and adjust this. We'll kick it out and we'll see if that ends up helping us. That could be why that was loose. Maybe somebody was trying to figure out an alignment issue, or maybe just over time it became loose. I guess you never know. Where's that ratchet? There it is. Throw the ratchet on here and loosen it with that. There we go. There we go. And we'll just pop that off to the side for now. Kick this wheel. What did I say I wanted? I wanted it in that way a little bit, right? I think I did. I want it out now. I want it right there. Let me make sure that looks right. Actually, kick that side in. This one's straight on the PTO side still. It actually might want to come over a little bit. This one over here, what's the camera say? What does the camera say that we need to do? That one actually still looks like it's going off a little bit to the camera. Oh yeah, looking at it up here, I definitely see it. Let's get this one in like that. How do we look from here? Okay, that one looks like it's straight now to me. That one looks fine. This one over here still looks like it wants to go away. There's a more efficient way of doing this, but I don't have an efficient way. That one now looks like it's going that way. But now to me it looks like it's going the right way. That looks straight. That looks off. I want to kick it in like that. Kick that one out a little bit. Just light taps, it doesn't need to come out that much. A little more. That almost looks like it needs to be. What do you guys see? Okay. That one from the front still looks like it wants to. Where would the center be? Let's see if we can find the center on here. That way you guys can see everything as I see it. That's definitely not the center. How's that? Is that better? There you go. Now you can see it. That wheel's straight. That wheel's not. That one's just off. Do I have a mallet or something that I can... How's that look? Does that look better? Looks better from up here. Definitely. Now it looks like this one. Why does this one look like it's off now unless I kicked over the... There's got to be a better way to do this. That looks okay. We could grab a measuring tape and measure it off of the frame, but nobody can tell me if that frame is straight still. I'm just gonna go off of the theory the frame is straight. The frame is straight. Let's see if we can, what does it say? The center of the wheel. Let's go with the front of the wheel. We are at 6 inches. But the start of the tread is at 6 inches. Start of the tread is at 6 inches. This wheel's straight for the most part. This one over here, start of the tread is at 6 inches. Maybe off a smidge from 6 inches. This one needs to go that way a little bit. Right there. Let's try it again. 6 inches. That looks about right. Okay. Why does it look like it's off from up here? Both of them look like they're off. Pick that one. A straight line or something. I need one of them alignment machines. Santa, I want an alignment machine for Christmas. Okay. Let's just go with that. That looks fine. That looks okay. That looks okay. From back here, it actually looks right. That side looks straight. That side looks straight. What's it look like from up here? This is the one that kills it. Coming up here. Actually, that doesn't look too bad from up here. And on the camera, that actually looks just right. Let's go with it. Let's just go with that. That actually looks good on the camera as well as in person. So we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna get this one. Turn. Let's get him to turn. There we go. There we go. That's just what we want. Let's kick him. Did I say I wanted to kick it out or not? I think I said in, actually. I did. Okay. Let's kick this in. We're almost there. We're almost there. Let's go out one more turn. Okay. Right there. That looks fine. So let's tighten that back against you. Let's go burn that. And we'll get them on here. Which way did this go? It wants to be like that. And I will do the final measurement just to be sure that we are dead right where we want to be. Let's do that right there. But I do want it to be tight. So now we need to get this one tight up against the ball joint. There we go. I don't want to pop it off any of the balls, so we're just gonna come in here. There we go. All right, here we go. How does it look from up here? It looks okay. How does it look from the camera? The camera, it looks like that one is now off, but it could be the camera. It looks okay to me. That one looks fine to me. That one looks all right. That looks fine. They both look like they go that way a little bit. Okay, that looks good. They both look fine. Cool. So there we go. Both wheels are on. Both wheels look good. Both wheels turn the same distance. Okay. All right, I'm happy. Cool. I am happy with that. Let's get some grease into those grease fittings. On second thought, I might just do that off camera. So I think the next thing that I want to do is, I think we're pretty much done with the alignment. That looks fine. Everything turns nice. I think all it needs now is some grease. I'll probably wait. I'll probably just do that off camera. And then once I'm done doing grease, I'll bring you guys back. Well, I got everything greased, so I guess now would be the time to go into seeing about getting it running. So I guess we're gonna be, I'm still waiting on my stuff to get here for it. I figured it should have been here by now, but apparently not. So we're gonna have to figure something out quick because I need this video up next week. And right now things aren't looking too good. So we gotta figure out what the hell we're gonna do. Well, I got good news. I have finally got my points coil and the condenser for this tractor. So hopefully today we should get this thing up and running. As you can see. So that's what we're going to do, hopefully. And then I also got some stuff for another project. So I'm gonna put those over here because you guys don't need to see what they are. That's for that video, not this video. This should be our points and condenser. I think it was, yes. So there we go. There are our points and our condenser. Put this box over here because we don't need it. For this, new park smell. Put this one over here. Hang on to that. So let's get over here. When you order a coil, make sure you get one that has an internal resistor. I know I'll forget to mention that if I don't mention it now, because if you don't have an internal resistor, your coil will tend to fry quicker. So I've had that one before and I've learned my lesson from it. So like I said, make sure you get an internal resistor. Points over here. Let's get the coil off first. Let's just do process of elimination. Let's just take the coil off first. We'll put the new coil on since we know we have a problem with this coil. Actually, nah. Let's just go on ahead and do the whole ignition system since we have it. There's not really a... Let's just remove the coil. Let's just make it easier. Let's see. 3/8. Yeah. I think they're both 3/8. Not sure what they're going to be on the new coil. 8 millimeter or 5/16 is what they're supposed to be. But for whatever reason, I keep finding them bigger than that. I think this wire, which wire was it that I wanted to replace? I don't think it was this one. I think it was on the other side of the coil. There we go. Then we'll jump over here. As well. I think I'm going to replace the wire that goes down to the points. It doesn't look pretty. So let's get this coil off of here. Yeah, I'll show you guys that wire here after I get the luckily it just fell right there. Here we go. There we go. I got another mount with the new coil. However, I think I'm just going to reuse this one if I can. So that should be no big deal. Actually, I think if I loosen it and I do some finagling here, I should be able to get this coil. No, it's not coming loose. Oh. We're gonna have to just take it out. There we go. Now we got it. Do we? I thought we did. There we go. Come on. We almost got it. wish it would turn that. Oh. We might be able to get onto it now. Man, how long are these bolts? They should be out of there by now. You would think. Longer than that, you're going to run it into the flywheel. There we go. I don't know. So let's get... So I guess we'll have to take this into the vise. Let's see if we can straighten that out, because this is not going to work. Damn it. Got it. Still got liquid on it. I'm going to test that coil. But before I do that, I'm going to take this and I'm going to see if I can straighten it out in the vise. And if I can, we'll get it popped back in there. We'll pop that new coil into it and get it installed. Took it in there and I straightened it out. So now we can go on ahead. And we can take this coil, show you. Not proud of where it's made from, but as you can see, it has a resistor in it, which is good. Let me grab a screwdriver so we can get this out of this mount. Now I know someone's going to say, why would you take it out of that mount instead of just use that mount and take the old mount that was in the tractor out? I'd rather have the one that the tractor came with, because it works with the tractor. That end, it's the original to the machine, and our goal is to try to keep it as original as possible. So there's your answer. Let's see about getting this. Do I want to mount it in like that, or do I want to mount it out like that? That actually might be better. Maybe, as long as we're not running it into the hood upright, which I don't think we would right there. It would stick out past the upright though, which is, I wouldn't want it getting chopped off by anything either. Yeah, let's just do it inside, since that's probably the best way to do things. There we go. We are now in. Before you do that, we should probably take the nuts off, actually. See if this one's good, which it is. Please tell me that did not just spin. It almost looked like that terminal in there spun. Oh, it didn't. We got to take these off. Condenser and the points go to the negative side of the coil. The wire that comes in from the key switch, the exciter wire, whatever you want to call it, power source, goes to the positive side of the coil. So this is our power coming in right here. This is our power going out. It doesn't, well, I've had it hooked up backwards before and I have had it work, but I wouldn't recommend it. However, you just got to remember, you know, it's going to the wrong coil inside, because I have hooked positive to negative and negative to positive. Well, I don't mean that. I've had the points and the condenser hooked up to the positive side and the wire coming from the key switch to the negative side, and I have had it run and it ran fairly good, but after I noticed it, I switched it around. So but this is the right way to do it, so this is the way that I'm going to do it this time. So let's take that and let's run our this. While we're over here, let's grab our points. Where's our points at? There they are. That's not our condenser. There's our new condenser. Let's go ahead and get this put on since we're over here looking at it. We can get on that with a socket, so I might just leave that alone. I do need to flip this coil around. There we go. Now we have the correct side facing the correct way. Here's our points wire. It's not pretty. It's got some cracks in a couple of places. Mainly just up there. It looks okay though the rest of the way down, but I just don't. Yeah. So that's gonna come off. And see the crimp already came off. It is cracked in a couple of spots. Right there it looks like it's grounded to something at some point in time, whether that be the cover or the tractor, I'm not sure. So let's take this. I'm going to grab another points wire. Let's get the points off. I guess I should bring you guys down. Let me get one more wire hooked up to it. Where is the... There it is. Had to find it. That one's fine, so I'm going to leave it be. We're just going to go after the one wire. Let me grab some wire and crimps, and while I'm doing that, I'll adjust the camera so that way you guys are down here and can see what I'm doing. Let's go on ahead and get our thing removed. I went in there and I grabbed some wire as well as crimps. So now what we need to do is get this taken off. I want to inspect that points plunger while I'm in here. Just look at it and see what it looks like and if it needs anything done to it, replaced, or if it looks fine. I got a couple other ones around here if I need to. I didn't look at it the first time that we pulled this tractor apart. I thought about it not long after we did, and I thought I should probably have taken it apart. Oh, okay. That looks all right. Let me clean it up a little bit. There we go, look at that. Yeah, it's definitely got some use, but I mean, it doesn't look terrible. So we can use it. That's fine. We have our new points. I don't normally do this, but I'm only doing it for the video. Piece of paper that comes with the points. Stick it in. Plus, it's not a bad idea to clean the points either. Just pull them like that. Not hard. They'll get cleaned up though when you adjust the points. So I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. So let's come in here. Let's grab our wire. I want it to run from here with the cover on to here. That should be long enough. Hopefully. We didn't cut it too short or too long. There we go. There we go. There we go. Go over here. I think this is the side that'll go to the coil. And that side over there is going to go to the points. Because this one over here is wider, and that's probably the one that we would want going to the coil. There we go. Shit. There we go. Cool. So let's get this put on. And after we do that, like so. There we go. You don't really need to tighten this up all the way. It just needs to be tight enough to hold the crimp on. However, I'm just going to do that. That way I know that's not going to come out. Here's where they go. Swap over to the flathead. This is the thing I like about these tractors, these older 100 series, is the front of them is open like this. With the newer 100 series and the 200 series, it's hard to get into without worrying about, without the frame cradle. Or with the frame cradle in there, it's hard to get in there. The cradle that holds the engine. However, with this, there's no cradle to mess with. It just sits on a flat plate. So, same with the 140. But the 140, you have to dig down into hydraulic lines if you drop a screw. So this one This is probably the nicest setup to work on. Let's get in here, like so. There we are. I think down in the bottom screw hole for the points cover, there is a broken screw in there that somebody filed or sanded on. Yeah, that's definitely something. Wonderful. So if we put the points cover back on it, we've only got one screw to use, or one screw hole that we can use, which is this one up here. There we go, that's in. So I'll just run that wire over to the side of the coil. And after we do that, there we go. Come on. Go on ahead and get these nuts tightened down on here. I might end up taking that off, that way you guys can see, and that way I can see a little bit better. There we go. Kick it over here. There we go. So hopefully now the tractor will have spark, and hopefully it'll run. Since now it has a whole new ignition. I'm gonna grab a 7/16 socket, and I'm gonna go on ahead and get that tightened up in there. And after I do that, I'll bring you guys back. Might need an extension, hopefully I don't. Let's just jump down here. Wrong way. There we go. Hopefully these threads are still good. There it goes. It felt like it was getting tighter. I don't want to over tighten them. You know, I don't want to ruin the threads. I'd like to have somewhere to mount the coil to, so that's where we're gonna. Plus these threads inserts just go into sheet metal, so I mean they're there we go. Nah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Alright. So now, hopefully once we put the spark plug wire in, we should have spark. Actually, we've got to do the points. Put the points wire in. We will test the points, or the coil, the old one, to see what was wrong with it. Maybe it's still good, maybe it's not. Let me move you guys back, and once I do that, we'll go on ahead and we'll test that coil setup and make sure we got spark. Getting ahead of myself, we got to make sure the points are good and they don't need to be adjusted. Let's turn it over. Well, I see spark, so I know we have spark, but I'm going to pretend we don't just for the video. Let's get the points to open. I think they're open now. Let me grab a feeler gauge. Getting back into the patio, I found my feeler gauges. They were sitting on the seat. So I guess before you running around yelling for stuff, you got to check your seat and make sure your stuff's not sitting there. It's fairly tight, so we want to come in here and adjust that. We want to go in, not out, stupid. There we go. I would say right there is probably just where we want to Cut it. I think I'm going to call that. I might just actually get back into it and kick it back some. Yeah. I need a better screwdriver so that I can get up here and adjust that little notch. Let's see. There we go. That is right where we want it. There we go. Oh. Now hopefully the points were open all the way before we did that. Let's check. We already saw it had spark. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I know I did. So let's just see if they open and close like they're supposed to. We'll throw the spark plug on, we'll watch spark and see how it is, put some fuel in it, and once we do that, we'll see what it does. Points move, so that's good. I gotta put a charger on that battery because that battery does not sound all that great. And then once I do that, we'll go ahead and you on that one. I want you on this one. So there we go. That's hooked up. Let's see. I already saw it spark, so I know we've got spark. And you guys probably won't be able to see it anyway, so I'll just try it. We'll see what you guys see. I will test that plug. God damn it, I forgot about that. I think that's going to be the next thing that we end up doing is checking into that. Because it should not be doing that. I think we've got a stuck brush or something in there is bad. Ready? We got spark. I see that. So let's just put some gas in our fuel tank. Let's just see where we're at with this one. Go. That's probably more than enough to hear it run. Let's try that. Hopefully we should be able to get it started up and listen to it run. I can't think of anything else to do, so let's give it a shot and let's see what happens. Ready? Sounds pretty good. Cool. I would say it ran pretty good. So I think what we need to do now is that definitely fixed the problem for sure. Let's go on ahead. Where do we want to go from here? We need to take a look at that starter and we need to figure out what's going on with that, but I think that might be another project for another day. Let me go on ahead, and I want to get the stuff off of it for right now. I want to get everything off of it we don't need, and I want to put it out. I want to see if it'll drive around. If it'll drive around, then I thought I saw smoke, but I think that was just a shadow. And once we do that, we'll see how it does. So let me get everything moved, and once I do that, I'll bring you guys back. Let's get it started, and let's see if it'll drive out the door. Hopefully it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. Actually, let me move the camera. Let's go on ahead and let's get this started back up. I'm moving everything around, and we'll see if it'll have enough power to drive itself out the door and up the driveway. Ready? It's getting old really fast. I know someone's going to say, you shouldn't be hitting that with a hammer, that's the problem. It's had that problem even before I hit it with a hammer. I think that smoke is just excess gas. I'm starting to wonder if it's running. It sounds like it's running rich. I haven't throttled it up yet. You guys are seeing it, what I've done. Let's mess with it some. Maybe we'll try throttling it. Due to me having respect for my neighbors, I'm going to put a muffler on that because I don't really want any complaints. Then once I do that, we'll there we go. It doesn't sound as good, but I mean it sounds a lot quieter. Let's get the camera set up. Something is rubbing on that side over there. I think it's rubbing the flywheel screen. I know you guys hear it because I hear it. We're going to have to look into it, find out what's going on. I hope it's not burning oil. It might be burning oil, but I hope it's not. It has sat for a while, so it could have stuck rings. Maybe that'll work itself out after a while. Let's take it up and down the driveway and let's see what it does. Maybe when I bring it back, we'll put the hood back on it. I gotta get another tripod. This thing sucks. There we go. Hopefully it quit. Let's start with third gear, then we'll work our way up. I want to test that variator also. Out of that muffler now. Oh, you guys can't, but I sure can. I got a feeling there's a mouse nest inside that muffler because we're getting sparks coming out of that muffler. I got a suspicion that's a mouse nest burning off. I'll show you. Nearly as bad anymore, but it was doing it quite a bit. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely a neat one. It runs really good. It really does. I think that our clutch pedal sticks, we're gonna have to do something about that because it sticks all the way down. No brakes. Brakes are gonna be something I might look into, but I might not. It looks like it's stopping the smoke, so we might not have to worry about that. I believe it's stuck rings, but again, I'm not sure. So, but yeah, other than that, it's not too bad. I think the next step is going to be to put our hood supports back on it and a hood. I might take it around and drive it around a little bit more later on. But yeah, it runs pretty good. Troublesome to get into gear. You got to mess with it a little bit, but once you get it into gear, it moves pretty good. Let's go on ahead and check the oil. I'm sure you all are curious as well as to how much oil it has in it. I think it has stuck rings. Hopefully that's all it is. I forgot that was in here. Hopefully that's all it is stuck rings. Let me grab my see it shut off. Grab some towels. And once we get some towels, it works. For all, it doesn't appear to be too bad. I'm not sure if I'm going to change it or not. It looks fairly clean, even after it ran. Oh yeah, it needs changed. It's watery. Okay, yeah, we need to put new oil in it. Doesn't smell like gas, and it is full. So yeah, we're not going to run it too much. We got to put new oil in that. Oh, well. I kind of figured we were going to have to, but you know, why not try it, see how it did. Oh well, so I think that's going to be it for now on this one. I'm going to go on ahead and get it pieced back together. We need to do an oil change on it. More than likely that will be a different video. I want to pop this off. Is it missing? Oh, it used to be. Let's see if we can figure out why this is rubbing. It may have even stopped. Say that's loose. More than likely this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. If I'm going to, I don't know. So now I currently only am missing a yellow patio. Yeah, all my tractors run now, which is good. So I think the next thing that we're going to do with this guy is we need to put the hood supports back on it. We need to find a hood for it because the hood that I have for it's not pretty and I'm not keeping that hood for it. Once I find a good hood for it, I need to find the proper blue that we can repaint repaint the seat as well as the hood with, or just find a blue hood. So that is currently on my list. For right now, that is what we need to do. We also need to put the correct rear tires back on it because these are not the correct rear tires for it. I have them. I just got to get them. I got to put tubes in them and get them back on here. So yeah, I will bring you guys back here later. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do, but I can't really think of anything. I wouldn't mind getting that starter off there. But I think hopefully over the course of time, that might fix itself. But again, we may end up having to take that starter apart and look at it. We do need oil, so I think that might end up being the next thing that we do. So yeah, I will bring you guys back here soon. Let's go on ahead and check that oil. Let's see what the oil tells me. And you guys, if you've been around the channel, you know how I am. We got to start it up again. Even though we know the oil, it's no good. We got to start it up again to make sure it runs. It looks like it was. It looks like it's right where it's at the other night. You can see the white down there, milky. That's how you know there's water in it. I don't smell gas, which is good. So I'll bet you, I don't know how the water got in. Probably just condensation over the course of time. Doesn't look too bad this morning, but it sure as hell was milky last night. We'll start it up just to make sure it starts. Not the best idea, but I mean, I want to hear it. I want to make sure it'll start back up. I'm not going to run it as long as I did last night, you know, because I don't want to blow that rod. We should just go on ahead and change the oil, but you know, I don't want to do that. Ready? Let's see what it does. We'll start. Dead battery. Might have saved the tractor. Oh, that's right. We weren't able to get that off. I don't know if that'll hold it or not. I do need to adjust that variator. I don't know if you guys saw that stuff shoot out of that muffler or not, but I do suspect we have a mouse nest. I don't know if you saw it, but I certainly saw the ash shoot out of that muffler. So we've got a mouse nest in there. It should come out over the course of time. I'm probably going to go on ahead and warm that engine up and then get the oil drained out of it, since might as well just go on ahead and do it. So yeah, I think that's next. Let's test that coil though and see what it says. So let's take a look at this coil. We want to set the voltmeter for ohms. And then once we do that, we want to check the coil. I should have cleaned it up some before I brought it out here. We're missing a nut. Let's test. Let me put this somewhere you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it right there. So that coil is good. The primary coil is good. Let's test this one. Okay, we do get something, but you got to kind of play with it. I can already tell you that that's way too much resistance. Although, again, I'm having trouble getting a number out of it. Let's test this coil. Okay, that side's good. Right now, I think we're testing the secondary. 52, yeah, that's a little bit high. We can take that cup out. I think we can. And we can clean that cup out. It almost looks like it's got some dirt in it. I bet you if we clean that out, that'll probably solve that problem. And that coil just might end up coming back. Let's just see. Cleaned up. I think it's just full of dirt from over the years. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, look at that. There is a screw hole in there. This is a Phillips head screw, I think. Say. We can find out. But yeah, that inner piece can come out, and we can clean that up. If you got a really small wire wheel, and I mean a really small wire wheel, you could get it in there and clean that up. I can't get into that. Yeah, it's hard to see. It is a Phillips head. Okay, well, I can't get it out, so we're just gonna do this. In return, that'll clean out that inner. There we go. Now maybe we'll get a nice reading from it. Ready? Nothing. Nothing. There we go. We get something. Okay. It's hard to get a reading out of it, but we do get something. This coil right here is good, and this one I don't know. Well, there we go. We get something with that. It's not as hard to get. I shouldn't have said anything. What we should see, this is a good coil, but it's missing a terminal, which is the only problem with it. Take that. That is what we should be seeing right there. The lower the resistance, as in this number right here, the lower that number is, the better. That's the least amount of resistance. However, we were seeing 50 with that one, meaning it has a lot of resistance. 10, that's a little bit high, but I mean, that's not terrible. That's what you want to see right there. Never mind. And then we test this coil here. 0 resistance, that's what you want to see right there. This is a good coil. That's what you want to see. Which, as you guys saw, we did get with that one. Probably, if I wanted to, I could pull that inner cup out and put this one in, because this is still a good coil, like I said. Just take that inner cup out and put it in there. And if I was to do that, that would probably be a good coil. It'll come out eventually. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yummy. Yeah, we definitely didn't have any water in that or anything. I mean, no, officer, there was no water in that oil. Why are you being so paranoid? Oh, well. So I guess that's how we're going to do it. It's probably a good thing I went ahead and changed that. Those are, probably don't look too bad. Yeah. So we're going to have to put new oil in it. Interesting. It has a smell. It doesn't smell like gas. I don't know what it smells like. There we go. So yeah, we're going to let that drain for a while. But it ran. It did run regardless, and it did run good. We'll have to check and make sure there's no metal shavings in that oil. So there we go. Probably the next time that you guys see it, it'll have new oil in it. Hopefully the next time you guys see it, it'll have new oil in it. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I think I've dragged this one on long enough. The last video I made on this tractor was 2 hours long, and I didn't really expect it to be such a long video, but we did quite a bit in that video. We did quite a bit in this video too, not as much. So there we go. My ratchet doesn't even look like it was used. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned something from it. I know for a fact I didn't. It was more or less just thrown together. Well, everything I've seen in this video I pretty much already knew. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. What do I usually say after that? Oh, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out on YouTube if you guys go down below, hit that subscribe button. It tells YouTube that I do a good job at what I'm doing and you guys like my videos, and it's not just me with a bunch of fake accounts going down below and hit the subscribe button. So yeah, I want to thank all you guys for watching. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do with this tractor. I don't really think there is. I think we've pretty much done everything that needs to be. We've changed the oil in it. We've also gotten it running finally. So I do want to source out another hood. However, I have been thinking about fixing that hood. I don't have any fiberglass stuff at the moment. I thought I ordered some a year or two ago, but I never got it. So maybe it'll be a late mail package. I may or may not have ordered it. I don't know if I did or not. I thought I did, and it was for this hood, because this hood was originally on my red patio, but it ended up on this patio. So we'll see. So yeah, I think the next time you guys see this tractor, I'm going to have those rear tires mounted onto it. I do plan on cleaning up these front tires, for those of you wondering, these rims. I would like to clean them up a little bit. Probably chalk them up in the lathe and do it that way. I should have done it before I put the tires on it, but I didn't even think about it until after the tires were already on it and it was too late. So yeah, I have been uploading shorts recently. No, not shorts as in pants. Shorts as in video shorts that you can upload to YouTube. I kind of started doing that just to see what it would do. And it seems like every short now that I upload gets over 2,000 views. Which I find kind of surprising. So I'm surprised that we don't gain any subscribers from it, but oh well. It's basically, I've been testing different things. I was kind of surprised at what I got. I uploaded a video on my 317, just me driving past my camera with it set up on the tripod, and it hit 3,000 views within 2 hours. So I thought, well, this is interesting. So I tried it again. I did the exact same thing, 3,000 views. I did the exact same thing again with the orange patio, except for I just drove the tractor while I was on camera. That got a few more thousand views. I think it got 4. So just kind of doing some experimenting with it. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I don't really have a schedule for shorts. I more or less just upload them whenever I film them, or if I upload them at all. So all right, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch all you guys in the next video. I think that is going to be it. Take care, guys. Bye. Oh, Merry Christmas, by the way.